Hello everybody, this is Black Dog Z coming from you from the Minecraft Marathon. Again, it's Saturday night, pretty much midnight here with our Central Standard Time and all. And I've been doing some building. So first of all, I want to show you this. This is something I built. Basically, there's actually a train that'll take you from spawn. I didn't build that. Somebody else built that here. So if we take a look, as you can see, I built some stairs. You go all the way up. And yeah, I did use some ice and different things. This is a creative world, so I was able to get everything I needed. You'll see here that we're doing a little bit of advertising, but we can go in here and you'll see the house. Now, originally this was built by me and about 4 other people. Some griefers came along and they griefed it, and so I had to redo the whole thing. So I made some improvements, added some glowstone and some various signs and things like that. And I think it looks pretty good. Here's all the stuff we used to build it, or at least some of it, and in case it needs to be repaired. So as you can see, it's looking pretty nice. Let's say hi to Yovan. So as you can see, he's just wondering. It's been griefed a couple of times. I've had to fix it a few times. And so you can take a look around and see what's going on. And over here we have his garden. It was built for him. Originally he wanted a scrubby garden. I've kind of cleaned it up. I didn't really like the way it was set up originally. It's got a little garden house. Now, I didn't put the garden house up. I don't know who did. They didn't leave a little sign to tell us who built this little garden house. Originally, it was just an open garden. And the other thing that I built is this. Now, you may recognize this guy here. Alright, so as you can see here, I went and built myself over here, and there's a few others. We're going to take a tour around. Just give me one moment. So as you can see, there's some really cool things built on the creative server. If you haven't yet joined, you're probably not going to, but you should join the stream and watch, and maybe even donate a little bit of money if you can. I have gone ahead and donated a few dollars just under the Minecraft server name because I wasn't able to get a hold of anybody via messaging. I did try to message a few people that I know would be on, but unfortunately they weren't. Alright, so let's go take a look around. There's a couple things I wanted to check out here. We got an Angry Bird here. Like, there's much more stuff than when I originally showed you guys. Tons of stuff has been built. Not quite sure what this is supposed to be. Maybe Darth Vader? I know people have been doing Vader builds. This one doesn't quite look like it's done, but you never know. As you can see, there's some really cool stuff being built. Stuff beyond what I can build. And you've seen I do some pretty decent building. But like, this would have taken me forever. That is just gorgeous. And look how he's got the lava in the eyes. And yet it's not running out. Like, that's kind of neat. I like how he did that. And of course we got quantum armor here. Anybody for some quantum armor? Doesn't look like it's complete, but he's got the lower half. A giant skull. And it says Jinx. I don't know, probably a famous YouTuber of some kind. So there's all sorts of stuff. And there's, of course, a train that you can take to and from the house, which is kind of nice. Golden apple. All sorts of things. As you get closer to spawn, things get a little more tightly packed, and some of the stuff doesn't really make sense. Here's a donation sign. That's right, everybody. Make sure you donate. So like I said, if you haven't had a chance to do so, please do so. It's very necessary. Nice to have. Looks like redstone has been turned off temporarily. At least temporarily. As you can see, our Minecraft sign is still here. It did get griefed. I did have to rebuild it. Some people have been doing some random griefing and things like that. There's some lots of signs. Soren, Child's Play, Mark. So as you can see, there's Direwolf. Looks like those guys put some stuff in here. There's actually some stuff inside of it, which is kind of cool. Oop, I ran into a wall. There we go. Just duck underneath it. It's a nice thing about creative servers is it allows people to be creative. As you can see, there's some cool stuff being built. And there's some very basic builds as well. There's a lot of these you'll see. You know, that kind of looks like AJ Epic Gamer, which is actually kind of neat. And we're on the wrong side of that. There's actually a really cool thing that this thing here, I actually had to repair this once. And it appears to be good for now. Well, there's some ice melted, but that's not an issue. And so I actually rebuilt this when it died. Not completely. Looks like there's an additional wall here now. I didn't put that in. So somebody's probably come and fixed this up a little bit, which is good to see that people are upkeeping their stuff. This was just a giant lava flow that somebody had built. We did kind of kill it because it was killing the server. We just doused it with water. So there's probably some lava still inside, but as you can see, there's some tracks and stuff going through there. And somebody set up some cool stuff around it. There's tracks leading everywhere in this place, so if you don't know how to get around, just hop on a rail and it'll take you someplace cool. So it looks like somebody's building some sort of game here. This is kind of neat, actually. I don't know quite how it's supposed to work, but hopefully we'll get to see it before the end of the weekend. There's some very basic, like I said, basic builds. There's some really cool ones. This airship's kind of neat, although its balloon is a little small, but it looks really nice. I probably would have gone with the side propellers with the giant balloon, but we've got a castle way up here. Looks like it was griefed at one point. We poured water on it. And of course, you know, we dig up the structures themselves for the most part, but we... Holy, that's a lot of beams. But we generally don't... Oh, that is a lot of beams. Alright. So, yeah, we generally don't dig out the additional cobble, just the original stuff, because we don't want to have to do a whole bunch of stuff. Like, you take a look here. Somebody's poured some water on this. I highly doubt there's supposed to be water here. Probably all that cobbles... No, judging by the looks of it, it should be there. I'd have to dig it out to find out, so I'm not going to bother. So there's probably about 8 or 10 of us that have just been trying to stop griefing. Because, of course, when you have this many people logged into a server, and sometimes more, like that page has been maxed out, and you haven't been able to see everyone that's on. But when you see things like that, sometimes, you know, you're going to have griefers. It's just the way it is. I don't think this is done. Alright. So... as you can see, people are building things all over the place. Some of it's done, some of it's not. But it's absolutely gorgeous, and it's a must-see. If you're more of a survival person, of course, you can go into survival. And, what's this say? Add-on craft. That's advertisement. Alright. So, yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff that you can do, of course, and people, for the most part, leave the stuff alone. There's a few griefers, but then there's people like me who have been going around fixing things for people and just making sure that everyone's having a wonderful time. If you're more of a survival person, like I said, there's a survival server as well. There's a bunch of games to play on the survival server, which is really cool. Looks like Fake Portal. Yeah, Fake Portal. It says to the Nether, but it's not, because Nether's been turned off in the creative world. I do believe the Nether may have been turned off in the other world as well, but as you can see, we came in early and we put that Manicraft out there. It's really hard to see from the spawn here now, but it's still kind of cool. It's good to see that people are building even around spawn, just making things cool. We got Child's Play logos everywhere. Curse. This here has been shut off, but what it was doing, actually, which is kind of funny, that's why that wall's been put there, is this thing was firing fireballs at spawn when people spawned in. When it was first put up, it was kind of funny at first, and then one of the mods came in and shut it down. It was something that was kind of neat. Most of the time it didn't hit you. Every once in a while somebody would die. But for the most part you were fine, because unless it knocked you down and you actually hit the ground, you survived, because you can be hit by fire and all sorts of things without actually being hurt. Some of the stuff that people have built have been actually kind of neat. But I think that's going to be it for now. We've flown around here. Maybe I will do some survival tomorrow, and we'll go... Ooh, a cake house. Maybe I'll do some survival tomorrow, and we can learn what's the survival's like out here. I've never been out in the survival here, so it could be just about anything. Hopefully once we find out, we'll be able to have some fun with that, but you never know. I know that I went into survival just to see what the map was like. It's a decent spawn area. There's a giant chasm right by spawn, so you got to be careful. And there are PvPers, so you got to watch out for that. Alright, well that's it for now. You guys have yourselves a wonderful evening.